Artie Lang reporting from the 33rd floor of the gorgeous, beautiful Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing 369 studio. Do you ask yourself why you keep falling behind every time you buy cryptocurrency XRP or Bitcoin it collapses? The truth is it's all manipulation to get you to buy a local top by paid promoters. While you're missing a once-in-a-generation silver bull market, B2 Gold, Pan American Silver, First Majestic Silver are just a few of the mining companies that could provide a once-in-a-generation wealth transfer. Like, subscribe, and share to get the truth, education, integrity, and entertainment. Peace and love. This marks the end of our report from the 33rd floor of Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing 369 studio. Thank you for tuning in, and remember to stay informed for your financial well-being. Signing off now, Artie Lang from the Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing 369 studio, wishing you all success in your investment endeavor.
Subscribe down below, bell notification most importantly. Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. Good 9th day of May, if we can believe this already. Steadily marching our way towards the summertime season on an overcast, rainy, seasonably cool 50 degrees J with a current temperature at the Selfridge Air National Guard Base in Mount Clemens, Michigan, in the great state of Michigan. This is your XRP #1 gold and silver bullion insider here on YouTube and social media. And we've had an explosive day in the mining sector, an explosive start to a year in the mining sector. And I've been harping on you since I've come into the sphere that this is a once in a generation silver bull market and gold bull market, that you had to accumulate into bear markets on the opportunities. And our portfolio was drastically growing. And I think most of the people being sucked into the crypto sphere, being bought by the criminal gangsters and market manipulators and paid promoters to fleece, heist, and shice the retail traders, they made you think it was gold or crypto when you had to have some gold and silver physical bullion, and you had to have good dividend-paying major market miners, senior mining companies. Like silver's up today almost to $30, and my $50 approaching near an all-time high by the end of this year, I still think is going to happen. And we're at $28, up 3% today. Gold bullion is up 1.22% or $28, approaching the $2,400 all-time high. Again, B2 Gold, 2,000 shares. That is the most shares I own in the mining stocks. They pay 6.5%. It's up almost 6% today, but it's 6.5% dividend. Kinross Gold pays a couple of percent dividend. What do they pay here? Kinross Gold, they got 500 shares or 400, one or the other. They pay 1.6%. I'm up about 60%, and I'll show you proof of that. I've been buying these shares since 2019, and it's up 6%. Barrick Gold, I just took out a massive position in there of about $5,000. It's up 2.27% today. First Majestic Silver is up 5.5%. Fortuna Silver is up 6.65%. And Pan American Silver, 10.47%. And these are all companies that I have major positions on in the silver mining company and in the bullion sphere. And we're going to show you right now why you need to be out ahead of this. And I've been warning you for years. And this account is actually $2,800 or $3,600 more than that, because I just bought with my tax return right here. I just bought right here with my tax return. I just bought that in my 401k, 120 shares. So I got to pay that off. That margin of $2,000, so it doesn't show up in my account total until I pay the margin off. But as soon as my tax return comes in, that 120 shares in Barrick Gold, that $2,000, that is going to be paid off the margin. So that would bring that account $2,000 higher. This account is actually about we'll see, what is my individual, this is the margin I'm on right now because I got to pay it off, $3,600. So this account is worth 15, 16, 17, about $18,500 if I had the margin paid off, which it will be with my tax return. This account's worth $18,000. I am up on most of my positions, and you can see here in my individual account, because I have a retirement, I have 400 shares of B2 Gold on this account. Here's the results so far. First Majestic Silver on here, we're up 20% with 300 shares. B2 Gold, we're down 12%. We have 400 shares on this one. Fortuna Silver, we're up 76% on 200 shares. Kinross Gold, 400 shares, we're up 44.33%. Pan American Silver, we're up 23% on 73 shares. And then Rivion's down. And then we have some ETFs that are down. But you can see my mining shares are starting to perform, and these have been a 5-year buying process on major dips, right? 5-year buying process on major dips. And then if we go into my contributions, we have another 1,100 shares of B2 Gold right there. And then we have the Barrick Gold, and we have some more Pan America Silver. But this is all the things. And this portfolio has been up and down. And this isn't even since 2019. This is just what it lets me see since about 20. Let's see what this shows you. And I'm trying to hammer this into you that you got to understand assets that are good, that pay dividends, and you got to hold them and accumulate. This only goes back to whatever that says. You guys can see this back. 2022, so 2 years it goes back. But you can see we dipped down after a catastrophic loss in one of our companies, all the way down, way below $6,000 and almost to $4,900. I think we might have bottomed out right down there. But now look where we're at. We've skyrocketed, right? After a recent low of about $7,200 down there, but will let me get down in there. About 70, see that right there? $7,200. We dipped down, and you got to buy these mining companies. They pay me healthy dividends. Yes, they have big corrections and big bear markets, but when you're playing the long game, when you're playing a potential $5,000 gold price, and now we're hitting that $2,500 target that we talked about in 2021 that I warned you, you got to buy some of these mining stocks. And this is a mining update. I'm sorry, this is going to be a mining update. Nobody's going to want to watch it, but this is going to be for your own good. Yes, they've had a nice run recently, but they are still very, very cheap, as B2 Gold is just starting to re-break some of this major resistance, major overhead resistance that it's had. And now is still a good time in B2 Gold to buy some of these shares below $3. If you have never bought any of these, below $3 is still a major good price to buy. Very cheap with a 6.5% dividend, because as soon as it breaks above some of this local resistance, before you know it, you're going to be well north of this major upper resistance, and you're going to be well north of $4, and you're going to be making a 1x move overnight. Essentially, it's going to feel like it. This is very cheap. This is still a buying opportunity, as I think in the long term, B2 Gold is going to appreciate very well, and that's why I have a lot of shares in this, and I still think it's a very good buying opportunity. I picked up my final, for the moment, unless something crazy happens, my final 600 shares at about $2.50 and change, because we know what this is. This is a falling channel. I don't have the underneath channel support, but if I put it on there, this is a falling channel. It's a bearish continuation pattern, but a bullish reversal pattern at the bottom, as a rounding bottom is often noticed as the sellers or the bears get taken out of the market and the buyers or the bulls start to take over, and the price is going to come up. And a technical target is the top of this falling channel, all the way up near $6.50. And I believe in the next 24 months, and these are my calls, and you can mark this video down on May the 9th of 2024, just like May the 9th of 2023, May the 9th of 2022, and May the 9th of 2021 on Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. My stance has not changed. I have not sold anything since I first came on here. I have never sold, I've only bought, and I still believe we will break all-time highs, and we will reap the rewards. As I showed you some of the profit that I'm up. Kinross Gold, I believe before you know it, we're going to be well above this 2020 COVID pump high of $10, just below $11. I believe we're going to be well above that, and I'm going to be well up 1 or 2x by this time next summer, as we're north of $12 or $15. As this bull market continues, they just beat earnings. The money's flowing in, the bullion's being mined, and the price of their product that they sell, the bullion, is skyrocketing in price, and that is still very cheap. Barrick Gold, I think, is maybe your best value in a major, one of the biggest mining companies in the world. It's very cheap. It's still 50% off of its 2022 high. I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I recommending you buy, sell, or trade anything. I'm just telling you my own personal opinions on the market and what I'm doing. And I did pick up those 120 shares on Charles Schwab, and then I did gamble, because I am a gambling man, and I picked up on Robinhood on margin, because that's how much of a gambling man I am. 200 shares, and we're up 0.78%, and we're going to roll this $3,420 and see if we can't roll that over the next 6 to 12 weeks, because I believe we're due for a localized hyper pump of maybe $2 to $4 a share. on Barrick Gold. And I think by the end of summer, Barrick Gold is going to be north of $20. So I'm willing to take a chance that at the worst case scenario, I take a small loss on margin. But I think we're about to, if we zoom out in this pattern, and if you're a pattern trader, you can see this, we're threatening to break back into this pattern. And then since this is a bull market with a major company that's producing something that has use case and a product that consumers want and are demanding, I think we're going to break back into this and shoot towards $25.56 over the next 6 months. And then we're going to break north of that, and we're going to even have an even much greater pump. And we're going to come back, if we zoom out in this chart, much higher, a much bigger pump. And we're going to break all-time highs in Barrick Gold. We are going to surpass the all-time high back in the 2011 blow off top of $57. It might take time, but when it happens, it's going to happen quick. And there's more than just the crypto sphere in the investing world, and these mining stocks that are paying 2%, 4%, 6% in some cases, like B2 Gold. If you can afford to buy and hold, if you can afford to wait some time and wait a few years for the bullion, for the mining sector to catch up to the bullion and reality of what's taking place, you can make a vast fortune that you think is only possible in a highly risky crypto sphere to a risky but much less risky mining sector sphere, because they sell a product and they mine real gold and silver. I highly recommend looking into it and educating yourself on generational wealth transfer that's going to happen in the silver bullion, gold bullion, and mining sphere. And we are just getting started, and there is still time to enter in positions to reap the rewards that we're all going to reap, that have the patience, knowledge, education, and understanding of what's taking place in the mining sphere. Peace and love.